welcome to Above the Rim. My name's Aaron Markwardt, and to my right is the head men's basketball coach, Brian Wanamaker. How are you doing today?
Doing well, Aaron. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. You
Yeah.
know, it's can't complain. You know, I got a little girl at home, so
Yeah.
loving that. So,
I remember. Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So obviously this is your first year here as a head coach.
Yeah.
So kind of for the people who don't know, tell us about yourself, your coaching experience, playing experience, anything like that.
Well, just overall, my basketball experience started back in Philadelphia, where I'm born and raised. You know, obviously an Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Super Bowl this week. Let's go Philly. But yeah, I started back in Philadelphia. I went to Roman Catholic High School, which is still to today one of the top high school basketball programs in the country. And I started off there. My sophomore year, I made varsity. Actually broke my hand during my sophomore year. But I had a good summer. I started, receiving scholarship offers as a sophomore. Went into my junior year, broke my foot.
All right.
Yeah. But then my senior year, really good year. We were number one in the state, won the championship. I had 19 Division I offers. Ended up going to Central Connecticut State. And I chose Central Connecticut State because I had two friends that were my AAU teammates that were going there at the same time. So we all decided to go there together. During my freshman year there, I broke my other foot. Oh. So that led me to transferring to Line Mars Junior College in Jacksonville, Texas. So that was my first time in Texas. And from there, I spent my last 2 years here at Texas Wesleyan.
Nice.
During those 2 years, we won a conference championship, back to back. During my senior year, at one point, we were actually the number one team in the country. Ended up getting upset in the national tournament, which is still sucks till today.
Oh, yeah.
But during that year, I ended up being Conference Player of the Year, first team All-American. Went on to get drafted in the NBA D League, which is the NBA G League now. Mm-hmm. And then I spent 4 years in Germany, 2 years in Lithuania. In 2019, I made my way back to Texas Wesleyan in my first year as the assistant coach. And I spent my last 5 years as an assistant coach here, and now I'm in year one as a head coach.
There we go.
So that's my basketball journey, and I guess in 60 seconds.
Yeah, no, I love that, yeah. And throughout your, what I've now realized is injury-prone playing career for the most part.
Yeah.
So what's it kind of been like for you being in your first year head coach? Like, is it what you expected? Is there anything new?
I can't really say it's what I expected because I didn't know what to expect, but it's been exciting. Early on, it was really, I guess you could say, a little stressful because it was so much unknown, moving from assistant coach to head coach and just all the responsibility that comes with it. I think that was the part that was a little tough, but more challenging than anything, which I love. I love challenges. I love learning. So all the things I had to do off the court that I had no idea about, it wasn't, I'm not going to say fun, but I enjoyed, learning. So I think it's been a good first year experience. I kind of understand everything now off the court. The basketball part was always going to be fun, It's hard, but it's fun. I love competing. We're in a really, really tough conference. So I love the competition in it. It just makes me better,
Absolutely. So you guys already have 14 wins on the season, surpassing what it was last year.
Right.
Obviously, and counting. So what do you think has been the difference on like why there's been more success this year with your first year's head coach versus last year?
I mean, it's easy. You can say players, you can say coaches, you can say that. I mean, basketball sometimes is a miss and make game. You may make some shots, you may miss some shots. And last year, I thought we were a really good defensive team too. But I think just this year, we were just making shots, a little bit more shots. A few more shots changes the game. Last year we lost a lot of games by a few possessions. This year we're winning those games, and it's just we're making a few more shots.
Yeah. Gotcha. So, who have been kind of your leaders of the team? Like what have they brought to the table for you?
Right off the top, I would say Caden Morgan. Caden is one of those guys that his stats are not going to jump off the page. He's not going to score 20 points. He's not going to have 10 rebounds. He's not going to have 5 assists, anything like that. But his impact just, first coming back, starting from day one, he's a guy that is just, he has one motor.
Yep.
He has one motor. And even at shoot around, I got to tell him to relax sometimes because everything for him is all I got. All I got. No matter what we do, is he gives everything he got and everything he has. And I think he has been leading us in that way, that leading by example. You know, so when we get on the court, it's the same for him. Guys just follow suit. And he guards every team best player, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's the hard job. It's, you know, you got to come to work with your hard hat, and he does that. And when he sets the tone for us, and he's the reason that we're one of the best defensive teams in the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, like you just heightened. So you guys have been top 5 in pretty much every defensive category the entire season for the conference.
Right.
Is that something you went into the season preaching, like your expectation, or did it just kind of happen?
Yeah, for me, you know, I'm a young guy, but I'm an old school guy at the same time. And I'm always going to, before I was even born, defense wins games. Defense wins championships. And so from the very first team meeting, I told guys, if you can defend and you can rebound, you're going to play. You know, everything else is going to take care of itself, scoring and all the other things. But if you can defend and you rebound, you're going to play. And it gives you the best opportunity to win. You know, I talked about basketball being miss or make. You know, if this team is missing and we're missing and they're making and we're making, the first team that gets stops, you know, is going to have the best chance, you know. So if we can't make a shot, we want to stop other teams from making a shot. Yep. And that gives you a chance to win that game still. So I think defense is always going to be the first thing I preach. And Caden has done a great job of leading us in it, you know.
Absolutely. Like you said, guarding the team's best player, always going to make a huge difference. Yeah. So you guys are currently 14-7 on the season, 10-7 in conference, in 6th place with 7 games to go. Yeah. Kind of like, what's the team morale? What's your feeling kind of going into the final stretch of it all?
It's exciting. You know, those guys, just like me, they live for competition. And we know this is going to be a very, very tough stretch for us. We're still in position to, you know, win here, win there, and a couple of teams take some losses. We're still in position to win the conference, you know. But at this point right now, with 7 games left, we're just taking it one game at a time. Yeah. You know, one game, one win, then another game, then another win. You know, not trying to look too far ahead because right now we're going to play 5 games in the next 10 days, and that can change the entire end of the season. You know, going into the conference tournament, going into the national tournament. So it's exciting. It's exciting because for these guys, you know, it means less practice and more players.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go. So in those kind of your last 7 games, obviously you've got John Brown tomorrow. Yeah. You've got MacU coming up, and then also you play Langston twice, in which they were national runners-up last year. Yeah. And all 3 of those teams happen to be top 5 in the conference in front of you guys. What's kind of the mentality you have to preach to your players on going into something like that, of a really tough schedule kind of down the stretch?
The big key for us is understanding we're prepared. You know, we already played 20-plus games. We're prepared, but the big key will be understanding our identity. You know, going into those games is all about our identity. Defend, rebound, and on the offensive end, share the ball, look for the best shot. You know, we just got to rely on our habits. We got to rely on what helps us be successful, and we just cannot go away from that. You know, defense and rebounding gives us the best chance, and those are the things that we have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So right after you play John Brown, you've got College of the Ozarks on Saturday, which is also your senior day, or senior night, whichever you want to prefer. So that kicks off at about 1:45, 2 o'clock. So what can you kind of tell us about your group of seniors this year and how they've really impacted your team?
I mean, obviously this group of seniors is a special group because for me, it's my first group of seniors. Right. You know, and it's just special for so many reasons. Especially off the court, and these guys choosing to wanting to be under my leadership. You know, you have Caden, you have Rich, you have Matt, you have Kaya, guys who chose to come back, you know, from last year and say they want to be under my leadership, first year head coach. And then you got guys like KO and you got guys like Trey who said, I want to come there, first year head coach. I want to come there and finish my last year of college playing under you. So for me, right away, that was special. To me, it gave me confidence in myself and understanding that, you know, these guys believe in me, I can believe in myself. But, you know, I really enjoyed this group. They're going to make it really hard for other seniors coming in for the rest of my career, because they've done everything the right way, not just on the court, but off the court. They lead. These guys hang out together. They take care of one another. They take care of their academics. We had a team GPA over 3.0 this year. So this group of seniors is really special. Again, obviously for the reason that they're my first, but for so many other reasons,
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's a huge testament to them and everything. Yeah. And I know obviously your first is going to be the most special to you.
Yeah.
Not to say the other ones don't, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So kind of last question for you, as he mentioned, he's from Philly, big Eagles fan. I do not condone this action personally, but obviously Philly is playing in the Super Bowl this weekend. So kind of give us your prediction. What's going to happen?
35-24 Eagles. Saquon Barkley, 2 big 60-plus yard runs, 2 touchdowns, and then we're going to go on Broad Street in Philadelphia and celebrate.
Are you going to go if that happens?
I can't.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, but...
if I had the time, I would, but I don't have the time.
That's okay.
But I can celebrate running around, the DFW area.
Yeah.
In my Eagles shirt.
Well, I won't praise you for it, but, there's something. But, I mean, they've had a great year. Saquon's been unbelievable, and almost time with the Bears. Come to find out, based on the player interviews they had before the game started.
Yeah.
So he said he had pen in hand, and then Eagles called, and he said, "I'm going to Philly." So
well, we got lucky.
There you go. Well, Brian, thank you so much for your time today. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it.